Happy Monday night. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Sooner Nation. Yeah, I'm sporting my March Shirt of the Month Club, courtesy of the Fan Stop. Check them out at thefanstop.com. Elite designs, elite apparel each and every month. Sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club. This is my beauty, courtesy of the Fan Stop. Appreciate everything that the Fan Stop does. Again, officially licensed gear. Locally owned. You don't want to miss it. Sign up. Hey, happy Monday, everyone. And I think the news is in the title of this. And that news is courtesy none other than Deion Sanders, who I'm sure you guys saw, basically said, hey, who wants to play us in the spring? And actually got a response. And Hunter, maybe you can do some research because I have not had any time to look this up, but curious if Fran Brown and Syracuse, if there's a connection with Fran Brown and Deion. I'm curious about that, but I know we've talked about this in the past. I know when spring games are being canceled and people are wondering what's going to happen. Of course, OU cancels theirs and goes to the Crimson Combine. And now you have this option, which to me would be the best news of all. Now, what would this be comparable to? Well, it's comparable to NFL, okay? Now, the area I would see there being an issue, guys, is if you do this, for example, if Syracuse were to scrimmage Colorado or if someone else scrimmages someone, would media be allowed? Would fans be allowed? I think that would have to kind of be where decisions would have to be made. I also think the spring portal window needs to be adjusted for this to really be in full effect. Deion wants it on ESPN2. Okie Lawn Guy says Deion wants to poach players from the teaming scrimmages. Now, I do think that's why I said that the portal window has to be changed, and this would have to happen, after that was closed, things like that. Hey, I see this comment. Where was it at? Let me try to find it. Sorry, guys. It's right here. Bagman. BB and Josie reactionary. Yeah, they're not proactive. They're going to be reactionary. They're going to be reactive, and most teams are. But I do think even with reactive responses, I think this would be everyone's following suit. What did Oklahoma do in their spring game? They followed what others were doing. Well, if Colorado and Syracuse were to have this scrimmage and then another couple teams have it and then another, then we're looking at this being a strong possibility for a lot. And you have to ask yourself, what's the purpose? If the purpose is to be better, if the purpose is for your team to be better, then this makes a whole lot of sense. Even if you said, well, we're not going to have media covered, it's going to be behind the scenes, behind closed doors, that's fine. It's still media. It's still good for the program because you're playing outside competition. Now, ideally, you would want fans in the stands. You would want media involved and all that. I'm just not sure everyone's going to do that yet. Now, Deion's all for it. Deion's all for the pub right there. ESPN too. So, and Clark, yeah, real scrimmages in the spring. Now, KB says, no thanks. Injuries too risky. I do think that is a concern. But that's also a concern anytime you put the gear on. So I don't know. How many injuries would that create for you? Not sure. I see someone said Chris Crutchfield on ESPN Bracketology show right now. Yeah, I'm not watching that. I love Chris Crutchfield. 918 says, has Moser being a candidate for Villanova been discussed yet? No, it hasn't. Not been discussed yet. You can still have injuries in practice. Maybe we shouldn't have full pass practice anymore. Yeah, look, the more you try to go away from injuries, it seems like the more you get them. That's just the way it is. Now, KB, I would like to know what the rules are going to be like in this too. if they actually scrimmage, if Colorado and Syracuse were to actually scrimmage on ESPN2, our quarterback's going to be fair game. Are they talking about a scrimmage where, each team gets 11 plays? Then they do some goal line stuff. Now, people wonder, well, how can this work? Well, have you watched high school football? They have round robins. They have 4 or 5 teams on the same location scrimmaging. So, yeah. Has BV name came up for any coaching jobs? No, he's not going to. And I'm sure we'll get to a lot more when Jay gets on here with some things. But, yeah, you can get injured anytime, any place. I mean, Jaden Gibson comes back from the injury, and now he re-aggravates something. He wasn't in a contact drill. So Larry Dukas says, give everyone a blue shirt. Now, here's the thing. And again, I think we're a couple years from this model actually happening, but if it were, to me, you'd have to do it all in or you couldn't do it at all. It's not going to be effective or successful if you don't go all in. So that's what they have to kind of weigh the options on. Could it create excitement for a program? Yes. Could it add revenue to a program? Yes. Would it add publicity to a program? Yes, could. Now, Sooner fan says, why not scrimmage close to the season? And that's what NFL teams do. Right before the preseason, they have scrimmages against other teams. Now, media's involved, but, the Raiders will go play the Cowboys. They'll scrimmage. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, is that what we're looking at? Possibly. I don't know. If Moser was to leave, Chris Crutchfield. I love Chris Crutchfield. He was the lead guy with Trey Young. Trey Young and him have a great relationship. I love Chris Crutchfield, and what he's done in Omaha is unbelievable. Sooner fan says a scrimmage in April is pointless. So many things could, especially if the portal window's there. Chester says, sound just like any medical facility to me, always misdiagnosed till it's too late. Look, Chester, I'm not going to diagnose anything. And there's been so many injuries that are just, I believe, just recoveries from last year. So how are they actually injuries? Hey, Jay will be on here in about 5 minutes. Jay will be here. Don't worry, Okie Long Guy. Jay will be in about 5 minutes. KB says they'd have to redo TV contracts. Schools get no profit for spring games. Now, I agree, but they would for this. I think and they would have to redo it because they would get money for this. If someone sets it up at their school and another team willingly will travel there and play, then I think they have to. What about Andy Bass? Hey, Hunter, maybe Andy Bass re-injured his leg. Yeah, he did. I don't know how his recovery is going. Not sure. I don't know much about Kendall Dolby. I don't know much about any of the injuries except some of them. I think they'll be back before fall ball gets here. So it's just they're taking the springtime off. So, hey, by the way, we have the Sooner Surge Tournament Challenge, and we have 23 people in this already. I'm sure we'll have a lot more before Thursday. Hey, Dave, thanks for the $10 super. It's like clockwork every night. You talk about a massive supporter of our program and just huge appreciation to you. We really appreciate it, Dave. And here is the link to sign up for the tournament challenge. The winner is going to be rewarded in a nice way by shopping at the fan stop. Okay, so yeah, check it out. Sign up. You got to click the link. You can then be in our group for the tournament challenge. Drop one bracket in there, one bracket only. And we'll see who comes out on top for the Sooner Surge bracket challenge. Samuel says, am I on here live? Yep, it's live. We are live. Live. Lori says, hit the like. What's up, Teresa? What's up, everyone? Kind of the big talk right now is the spring game stuff because Dion put it out there and said, come on, come to Colorado, scrimmages. and he got a response. Fran Brown said, yeah, we'll travel to Boulder. Now, is this going to happen? Don't know. It sounds like it could. And they would be the first ones to do it, and I would have to think the others would follow. Now, what would this look like? And it's a big if OU were going to do this. I could see a 3-team round robin, possibly. OU, TU, OSU. I could see something like maybe just 2 teams, but 2 half games you could play. Deion might travel. I don't think he said he wouldn't travel. Okie. I might have misread the On 3. On 3 is who shared this from Deion. So, yeah. I don't know what else is going on in everyone's mind tonight. Drop it in the chat. I know there's some other talk in here. Okie Lawn guy, listen. I'm not a huge fan of some of the stuff Deion does. I did like that he came out and said this, though. Would I be in favor of OU scrimmaging Colorado? Yes, I would be. I absolutely would be. Big Orange, what's up? Ready for March Madness? That's what I am. I'm ready for March Madness. Look, I'll talk to Jay when he gets on here. We can talk a little bit about this, but I've not heard that. Would I be shocked if Porter Moser leaves Oklahoma? If someone were to come after him? No, I wouldn't be shocked. I have not heard what a couple people are referring to, but I'm not saying it couldn't happen because I think even in the last couple of years, Porter, did he not, Hunter, am I wrong? Did Porter pursue something a couple of years ago? I know the job everyone said he'd leave is Creighton, but Creighton's not open. So I'm not even sure what kind of ties he has with Villanova. I do know they need a head coach, but that's about it. And look, if he were to leave, so be it. I mean, again, yeah, talk's been around for years. With OU's 15 injuries, I would be okay. It was DePaul last year. That's right. It was DePaul last year. Yeah. Look, 15 injuries, but we don't know how many of the injuries are. Look, if they played today, could they play? And by the way, if OU scrimmage Colorado, they wouldn't throw their studs out there if they're hurt. Come on, guys. They absolutely would not be throwing their studs out there if they're hurt. My goodness. Moser needs to get a lot of size through the portal in the offseason. Jay, nice shirt.
Wow.
There's 2 things that we're talking about, okay?
Yep.
We're talking about this Deion, Fran Brown scrimmage stuff and how that looks. And then a couple people are asking about if Porter Moser is going to Villanova. So that's what we're talking about.
Well, I mean, the scrimmage stuff, I loved what I saw today that Deion even threw it out there, to be honest. And the thing is, I was listening a little bit as I was getting ready to get on here, and I think some people, maybe it was you, talking about how it probably won't happen for a few years or whatever, or it shouldn't happen. Maybe they shouldn't do this. I don't understand. High school football does it. NFL does it. Why is college an outlier and won't do it? What? I mean, the injury thing, not only the NFL scrimmage, they have preseason football games. They have preseason games, and then they play a 17-game schedule.
Correct.
So why can't college do it?
Jay, it's doable. That's not it. I think the portal window, spring portal window, would have to be changed.
Well, the window is going to have to be changed. I think they're going to have to change it regardless.
Do I see a stash coming in for you?
What's that?
Do I see a stash coming in for you?
You don't see no stash, buddy. Oh, first thing I thought when I got on here.
Yeah.
Luigi.
Cool.
Look like Luigi.
I got several compliments today. Chick-fil-A gave me a compliment. A lot of people, man.
Cool, Germ. Keep it then. Why don't you keep it?
Other people said some not nice things, but it's okay. Hey, Jay, what about the other things people are saying? Now, here's what I said about the Moser to Villanova. I'm just going to tell you what I said. There's been talks of Porter Moser leaving Oklahoma almost every year.
And you know what?
Last year it was DePaul. Everyone said if Creighton opened up, he would go. Now, look, if Villanova were to come after Porter Moser and he were to leave, it wouldn't shock me. I think, but I would expect it to be like more of an Indiana, Iowa, Illinois area job of where he's from. I don't know what ties he has with
Well,
Villanova.
you got to look at connections and stuff. And here's the thing. Will Moser leave OU? I don't. It would depend on the job. It would depend on who's coming after him. But I don't really care at this point. I'm focused on OU in the
Correct.
NCAA tournament. I could care less about. Look, you saw on Twitter today, Creighton. Somebody put it up about Creighton McDermott staying. He's staying put. Like this always happens around this time of year. But around the tournament, season's out for some teams. Villanova. Last time I checked, they're not in the NCAA tournament, so
They're not. And hey,
they're going to be looking for a coach probably. So I mean,
okay. Moser is not going to use it leverage. He's already got a great contract and a huge buyout. Like,
well, I see what Oki's saying, but yeah. Hey, I will say this. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen on that end. There's two guys I would go after if I was OU.
Chris
And
Crutchfield and Will Wade.
Those would have been my first two.
Who are they then, Jay?
Will Wade and Kellen Sampson. I mean, I'd go after him. You probably won't get him, but I'd go after him.
So Will Wade, though.
Will Wade and Kellen. I'd go after both of them before I went after
I
Kellen.
listened to Will Wade in
Doesn't
an
matter.
interview.
Moser's there.
Will Wade's great to listen to.
He's awesome, but it doesn't matter. Moser's there, and Moser may be there. I mean, guys, the whole rumor stuff. There are so many jobs that are rumored for guys to be at. It's the guy from Drake. The guy from Drake took 2 interviews today, and all of it was about Iowa, Indiana, all that, and he couldn't even have a job. I mean, he couldn't even talk about his team. It's like everything was about a job that could open up. So, I'm just happy to be the NCAA tournament in the dance. Let's go win 1 or 2. Win 1 for sure. I mean, Florida's going to be that's a brutal matchup, but we'll see what happens.
I agree. I know I'm talking. I think my voice is coming in loud and clear on this new device, so I've got to not raise my voice. It's going to be very difficult for me. Hey, I will say this too, though, Jay.
Yeah.
If this were his last ride with OU, he got a lot of seniors.
Jaron, basketball's a new team every year, majority of the time.
I agree. I'm saying there's a lot of guys here though that they're done this year.
Yeah, they've only been there 1 year, other than Godwin.
And that is true. They would have to pay the buyout, Jay.
Yes,
there's
a lot to it. I mean, rumors are rumors until otherwise not rumors. So I'm going to just.
Hey, if you look at the center team, and this is why I think a chance to make a little bit of some noise is they got, Duke Miles, Kobe Elvis, Sam Godwin, Jalen Moore, Jeremiah Fears. What about Goodine?
What about him?
I think he's gone too. He's a senior. I mean,
they're losing a lot, Jerm.
They're losing a lot.
Hey, you know what?
They got Ty Rogers coming in next year. You got Dayton Forsythe. You got Wiggy back. I mean, they've got some guys.
Yeah, and the way Fears
to me, the two guys you've got to try to retain, Jadon Jones and Jeff Nwanko.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have them this year, but
those two guys are arguably maybe the best players on this year's team outside of Fears, and they haven't been available. If you're able to retain those two guys, that's big, Jay. That's big.
Yeah, I want to get to something. Okay. And I see Oki gone. I mean, I kind of agree a little bit with that. But let me say this: OSU, and somebody dropped their. Does anybody know OSU's record in baseball this year? I'm not sure what it is. Does anybody know? Jerem, do you know? Somebody will know it. Somebody will know it pretty quick. I think. I'm not going to look it up while I'm on here talking, but somebody look it up and tell me. Terrible.
I tried to correct my mic. Does that sound better, Hunter?
Okay, there it is, right there. 9-8. Here's where I'm going with this, and I get it. Facilities and all this matter. Do you think OSU wish they wouldn't have built that new stadium?
There's probably a chance that they.
Hunter says no. I'm just saying that's a lot of money. I get it, but it's a lot of money that you could use elsewhere if you have a pretty decent stadium as is. Listen, I don't know. I just think I've heard a lot of people lately say you need to do this. Guys, I think facility upgrades are going to be less and less. It's more about NIL money. I think you're going to see less and less facility upgrades. That's my opinion. I may be dead wrong on that. I could be totally wrong on that. I may be
Might be, Jay.
I'm probably way wrong. I'm just saying.
Hey, get back to the spring stuff, Jay, because I'm going to say barriers. What are some barriers to this happening? One barrier is obviously the transfer portal. The transfer portal. The spring portal is one barrier. I know what people are going to say is another barrier. They're going to say it's the injury stuff. That is the biggest, lamest, most ridiculous excuse I've ever heard in my life. First off, April to September. Come on, guys. Can we stop? Can we please stop? Can we?
What do you mean?
Can we stop about the injury crap? About not wanting to get anyone injured. It's April to September. Please stop.
Well, I mean, injuries can happen.
Please stop.
Injuries can happen anytime. Hey, Hunter, go ahead and drop the phone line. Bagman says, Jason, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Probably about your take on the OSU baseball.
No. Okay, let me ask you this. All the OU fans that want a new stadium in basketball, would you rather have a new stadium in basketball or pay a couple NBA studs to come in here and get Final Four? Tell me right now, tell me which one you'd rather have right now, Jeremy, new stadium or Final Four?
Final Four, Jay.
Okay.
Now for the people that go to every game and it's an experience and all that, well, yeah, they'll probably want the arena. We got Chester on the line.
What's up, Chester?
Hey, I'm hearing Canick is tight end 1 now. Is that true?
Are you really? Where'd you hear that at?
That's what I heard somewhere. But if that's true, I hope it's not. If it's true, what does that say about Helms?
Well, what's it say about Mitchell?
Well, Mitchell too, but Helms this is year 4 or year 3?
I don't think it says
he's same as Nick Anderson, so it'd be year 4, right?
I don't think it says anything about Helms as much as it would say about Jaron Canick.
You think so?
Well, Steve Stutzman was on a few nights ago. I don't know if you caught it. And I specifically asked him about Canick. And he said, as an H-back and tight end, like when he gets the ball, like you're not going to get in his way. Like he's going to flat out run you over. Like he's fast.
Does that not concern you? That
well,
wasn't Helms a blue chipper? I know he wasn't a 5-star, but wasn't he a blue chipper?
But he hadn't done anything.
Oh yeah, he was.
Right.
Here's the thing, Chester. I don't think anybody. I think they're probably throwing everybody out there with ones to see how they are at this point. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if anything's like, oh, he's going to be the one. Or maybe they're just saying who looks good material.
I'll also say this, Chester. I'll also say this. When you're going against air or maybe just, little team activities, a guy who is really talented, who has elite speed, is going to look better. But when you start really going and getting after it, some of that stuff may not translate. I hope it does with Canick, but to me, Helms, I'm more disappointed in Helms earlier on. Like he hasn't done anything since he's been there. So I'm
right.
If you're asking if I'm surprised, no, I'm not surprised.
No, it's concerning to me because Helms, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought he was a blue chipper. Yeah, he wasn't a 5-star, but I thought he was still a 4-star blue chip.
He was. He definitely was.
So
Mitchell was.
And so is Mitchell too.
Mitchell was. Helms was a 4-star.
And whatever happened to McNown? Whatever happened to him?
You mean McIntyre?
Did he transfer? Cade McNown.
It's Cade McIntyre. He's still there.
Oh, McIntyre. Okay. What happened to him?
He's still there.
Weren't all these guys pretty highly rated tight ends coming out of high school?
Yeah, but like Benjamin says, Chester, they said Mitchell looks slow. I mean, he's 275. So
is it recruiting or is it coaching?
Well, hey, let me ask you this, Chester. Let me ask you this. Remember last year when Jacoby Johnson switched? What was the thing everybody said?
Yeah, everybody on this chat was high on him. I wasn't, go ahead.
But what was the thing everybody said? He better play if they're moving him. I'm kind of the same way with Ken. If you're going to move him, like he better be good at tight end if you're moving him there.
Yeah, but I mean that really says how bad the tight end room is, though.
Well, I don't think the tight end.
I know he's been injured his whole career there, but man, isn't this? I think this is year 4 for him, isn't it?
Year 4 for Canick, yes, and then Helms too. Year 4, yes.
Yeah, is that not concerning? I mean, that's
Well,
pretty
there's two
concerning to
ways
me
to
that a
look
blue
at it.
chip recruit
I'd have to
tight
see
end
him
can't
play.
get on the field.
I'd have to see him play to know. I don't know anything about him on offense. That's the
There's
issue.
two ways to look at it, Jay. If
I mean,
there's two ways to look at it, Chester. Canik is
maybe it's just the system they're bringing in works better for him. I don't know.
And maybe it is.
just-
That could be part of it.
I just hope they're blowing smoke like they did with G Freaky. I don't know. That really concerns me.
I don't want them to blow smoke. I hope they're telling the truth. I mean,
It's
but we'll see.
preseason hype.
Time's going to tell. We'll see as they start actually getting into things. Right now, they're pretty much into install of the offense and things. So, hey, thanks, Chester.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Good topip. Good topic. I'm glad.
Jay, I'll say this. Either Canik is number one, and there is no number one. So let's just Canik. Everyone's high on Canik because the other ones aren't doing well at all, or because Canik is just really doing a lot. And I saw someone say Canik
Which one is it?
him. Canik is a hard worker. So
That's the thing. He's working his butt off. Everything he puts out, he's in there.
And Lori says that Jim Nagy said they're going to be pushing people out who aren't doing anything.
Well, they need to. I mean, that should be every.
What's up, KB?
How are you, KB?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man.
I hope everything's well.
Doing good.
Right.
Yep.
All right, good. Hey, no, on the spring thing, as much as I would like to see it, you kind of got to step back and look. There's two angles you can look at this at. A lot of the teams that are not competing or that are not going to be competing for national championships, you don't see the ones that are just knocking down the doors to go do this. You know what I'm saying? Because if you do get that key injury out of for whatever reason, which it could happen in practice, but if you're scrimmaging other guys, the chances do go up. Number two is like an OU situation. Y'all still got guys that are trying to recover from last year. You go in there, you get some guys hurt that are depth problems. Now you're looking at the season like you had last year because you had a depth problem.
The thing is though, like just say OU decided in a couple of weeks they were going to scrimmage Tulsa. You don't have to play guys. You can play whoever you want. You can play.
Well, no, I understand that, and you'll probably be playing depth guys, but that's my whole point. You didn't have a bunch of that to begin with, and so now if one or two of those guys get really dinged up, let's say they missed the first 4 games. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I see where you're coming from. That
still kind of puts you in a deal, and you know as well as I do, and this has nothing to do with it, probably with us. But as a fan base, if you go and do that and get some star guy or some guy that's up and coming hurt or a 5-star freshman hurt, you can the rest of the season you can BV should be gone and they should be fired for doing that, and that was dumb. And
that's true. You would have a bunch of that.
You know that so then so I mean I don't know. Yeah, I guess you got a way where there's worth to your program or not.
There's two things I agree with. KB, I agree that like the teams that are, or the two teams that said it right now are not playing for championships. That could change things. And the other thing is the other kind of caveat, since it is spring. I mean, for example, Oklahoma's got a new offensive coordinator. They're installing an entire new offense. Are they even going to want to scrimmage that early on?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You got to kind of weigh the pros and cons. It could benefit them to get them in a live situation to see where they're at. But on the flip side of that is kind of like Sark's theory on it. Let's not do that. Let's keep the install going. Let's keep the development going. You know what I'm saying? So you just kind of gotta I think it's all 50-50. It's a coin toss.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I mean, it could go either way, really. And it could be a year by year thing. One year you may feel like it could benefit you to scrimmage. Another year it may not. So
well, and that's it. And you don't know what the parameters are going to be. That may be another big thing. If you have good parameters around it, man, it may be the best thing for all of them. But if you don't, and tempers start, you know how that is with another team. It's just you're gonna have to kind of feel it out. I think it's kind of like I said. Right now, it's kind of a coin toss.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, you guys have a good night. Hope everything stays good. All right.
Thanks, man. Hey, speaking of good, the Fan Stop, thefanstop.com. Sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club. I know Sooner Thrawn is on board with that now. Shirt of the Month Club. Use code SURGE. Get 10% off your first 3 months. I know in May they're going to have a special Memorial Day shirt design. So that'll be great. It's coming up soon. Sign up, Shirt of the Month Club. Use code SURGE, get 10% off your first 3 months. Also, whoever wins the Sooner Surge Tournament Challenge, by the way, that link's in our description here. Sign up, put your bracket in our challenge. We got 23 or 24 of those so far. You'll be able to shop at the Fan Stop and buy some apparel.
I got a trivia tonight. It's St. Patrick's Day, man. And I'm going to go your route here. I want to know, I'm not going to give a whole lot of clues here, but give me the Disney movie based off St. Patrick's Day, Irish. Do you know it? It's easy. It's easy. Probably early 2000s. When you say early 2000s?
Yeah. I've got a follow-up trivia for that, Jay.
This one's pretty easy. I mean, somebody's going to get
follow-up trivia.
Well, wait till somebody gets this one. It's not Hunchback.
It's not Hunchback. Seth Greenberg picked OU. I like it. Seth Greenberg's knowledgeable. There it is. 918. Of course, 918 gets it.
By the way, great movie.
I got a follow-up trivia.
Yeah.
Follow-up trivia.
Okay.
What is the name of the Disney movie featuring the Skies and the Urchins? You know it, Jay?
Yes.
Not Doc Hollywood. That's not it.
Why'd you do a follow-up?
Just because I felt like it. You got a problem with that, Jay?
No, Jeremy, I'm not going to have a problem with it.
The longer the Sooners win in basketball, the longer this stash will get. So 918 gets that one too. 918's unbelievable right now.
Johnny Tsunami. He knows his Disney classics, man.
Keep your tips up, bro.
Keep your tips up. Double Down. There was some good movies around that era.
It was called Double Teamed.
Double Teamed. Yeah.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. That's a good one.
There's some good ones, man. Hey, back to the whole. I don't want to bring it up. Oh, I do kind of want to bring it up again. So back to the OSU Stadium thing. I only brought it up because that was a lot of money, and that money could be like they're not doing very good in the new stadium.
But Jay, when you go into putting money in a ballpark or in a venue,
okay. So you think
let me talk.
Yeah.
When you put money in a venue, though, it's not about, well, what if we suck? Come on, Jay.
I know that, but what I'm saying is I don't think, personally, my opinion, I don't think facilities are as important as they used to be. I don't think players.
They are, Jay.
Jeremy,
they are. Because
Jeremy,
I'm going to tell you something.
They're not,
Jay.
Jeremy.
Jason.
Stop. Listen.
Facilities attract NBA guys. Facilities attract big-time players.
Listen to my statement. They're not as important as they used to be. Fact or fiction?
I'd say they're as important.
Not as they used to be.
They're as important.
I don't think they are.
If I walk into it, if my son
don't even bring up a dump. I'm not saying these places are dumps. That's different.
Okay. Well, you
it's
said
different.
They don't matter, so I was just curious.
It's different. The place is a dump and you need to upgrade it. That's totally different. I'm saying you're not going to see as many facility upgrades as they used to do. I don't think.
Hey, Randy, if they're hitting shots, yes. I'm thinking the game's going to be in the 70s, though.
Really bad three-point defensive team, which helps Oklahoma.
It does. They don't
says
defend the perimeter very well.
Chester said he'd go play Idaho State for NIL.
Okay.
Hey, Jeremy, if your son was going to college and they had a great facility and offered him $20 to go there, or they had another school that offered him everything.
You're speaking in extremes, dude. Yes, you are.
How?
$20? Come on.
What I'm saying is what matters more, facilities or money?
Well, money matters more. That wasn't the question.
Then you answered my question because money used to not matter, Jeremy. It wasn't.
There's been money forever, Jay.
No, Jeremy, come on, man.
There was money 20 years ago. It was under the table, but there was some.
No, it's not the same, dude.
To me, it's just crazy to think, well, they shouldn't have built a facility. That's crazy, dude.
Oakley says that's a bad take. What's a bad take?
All your takes. They're bad.
They are not. Okay, whatever.
Hey, Jay, look,
Why is it, whatever?
I'm not going to go build a venue and then, if something happens, say, well, we shouldn't have put the money in the venue. Like, that just doesn't make sense. Chester says, played a nice facility or with the Ferrari. Well, I'll take the Ferrari at the nice facility, Chester. How about that? How about that, Chester?
All I'm saying is that
now look what 918 said.
Listen. Exactly. Hey, listen, 5 to 10 years ago, you would hear people say, OU's going to, or whatever team, they're going to have to step up their facilities if they want to compete in recruiting. You don't hear that anymore. I haven't heard that in probably a year and a half. All I hear is you got to step up your NIL game. Is that a fact? It's a fact.
But that's also because
OU basketball in the SEC. All I hear on the ESPN broadcast is OU's got to get better NIL. They're near the bottom of NIL. I haven't heard anybody say they're in the bottom of facilities.
Oh, I've heard. Dari Nakwa said LNC's a dump, Jay.
I get it, John. I'm talking national.
On ESPN, he said it's a dump. So don't say
NIL's
the one on ESPN say it. Dari said it.
NIL's more important, Jerm.
Dari actually talked about the dump and the fans more than NIL, Jay.
NIL's more important.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
You are.
But I'm not. That wasn't the original argument. I'm not going to spend my time arguing with you, dude.
Okay.
Jeez.
Okay.
Pathetic.
Complete the bowl, Devin says. Complete the bowl. Listen, I'm not saying LMC doesn't.
Jay's okay with it. Hey, just play there every year.
Hey,
okay.
Hey, listen. Okay, I am not saying LNC does not need to be upgraded. That's totally not what I'm saying. You guys are missing the point. I said if facilities are really bad, then they need to be upgraded. But I'm saying there's some places that are just upgrading. And NIL is more important. In fact, I'll just go with LNC here. I think the LNC is not a great arena to watch basketball in. I don't think it's great. I would rather them load up on NIL, move to the top 5 in the SEC in basketball, NIL, and keep LNC.
Well, I would too, Jay. I'd rather have a.
So what you're saying is NIL is more important than facilities.
That wasn't the original thing, dude. Shut up. Period.
Shut up. Okay.
Yeah, I'll say shut up because what you said was facilities don't matter like they used to. They still matter.
No,
you didn't say are facilities more important than money. That was not the question.
The actual argument, the actual thing I brought up was facilities aren't as important as they used to be.
But they still aren't as important as they used to be. It's just there's something else more important. But facilities are still as important.
If there's something else more important, that means they're less important. But whatever.
No, it doesn't, Jay. You don't understand what you're saying, man.
I know exactly what I'm saying. I know exactly what I'm saying. I don't need Luigi to tell me. OU facilities are good enough other than men's basketball. Just spend money, cheat. It's legal now. Guys don't want to play inside Hoosier Stadium. They want to. I think there's a lot of guys who would like to go play in Hoosier Stadium. Actually, I remember that year OU played in there. They loved it.
I think he's talking about the movie Hoosiers.
Well, they played in that building. One of those old. Yeah, I mean they played in that old building over there by Butler.
Hey, I can tell my brother to be quiet. We've done this all the time. Jeez, we do this 4 or 5 times.
By the way, Luigi is the weaker of the two. Mario's the best one. So,
well, the real question is, Jay, is it as important as it used to be? The Luigi being weaker.
What?
You're missing it, Jay.
You guys, I do not want the baseball field to look like Sandlot. That's not what I'm saying. No news on Jaden O'Neal. I mean, nothing.
There's not going to be any news, guys.
I think the big news is you probably haven't talked about it, but Jonathan Hatton, looks like he's being crystal balled back to Oklahoma, running back. So I
did see the crystal ball on X.
That's right. So a couple of different people put it out. So that would be a good get for DeMarco, getting him back on board. First of all, the wrestling facilities are terrible. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't even brought it up. Everybody's
but you did, so we're here for it, Jay.
Getting all jazzed up. That's fine. You could be here for it. I don't care. NIL's what it's about right now. So
Oh wow, Damon, prayers, ankle surgery in the morning. Prayers for you. Sounds like it's outpatient if you're gonna be back. Hey, prayers that everything goes smoothly, and you can get on the recovery pretty quickly. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a good night.
Prayers to you, Damon. And real quick before we get to Okie. 918 says he saw Drum put one in for today for A&M. Interesting. I did not see that. I saw Parker and somebody else put it in yesterday for OU. So,
hey, wait. Selene, been missing you. Haven't seen you on there in a while, Selene. Welcome back. Quality product on field is number 1. Clean restrooms at an adequate facility, number 2. Affordable tickets, 3. I don't need a new facility, Selene says. Now, I would switch affordable tickets to number 2, but that's me.
Hey, Okie's on the line. What's up, Okie Long Guy? What's going on?
Can't wait till the March Madness gets underway.
When is that? Is that Tuesday or Thursday?
I think some games get started Wednesday.
It was a trick question. Jay doesn't consider tomorrow night part of the tournament.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
Yeah, it was a trick question. Thursday's when it starts for me. Brackets aren't due till Thursday, which means those games tomorrow don't matter.
Hey, good point. Good point. Which is probably why you don't like having nice facilities too. So
yeah.
Hey, we were sitting down in a conversation about facilities that day after the OU basketball.
I talked to you about it, Okie, and I don't like the Lloyd Noble Center, but give me NIL and give me a top 5 NIL in the SEC and give me a Final Four at OU, and I'll go sit in that Lloyd Noble all day long.
But Jay, hey,
I will.
But Okie,
I'm actually kind of embarrassed. I mean, I'm happy for the OU women having the first round matchup, not guaranteed. The opportunity to play 2 games of the NCAA tournament at home. But what really makes me sad is that Iowa, who is a very big women's basketball program, is going to be coming to the LNC, and I can't imagine what they're going to think about the place.
Well, they're going to have probably a ton of people there too because they travel.
Well, I know that, but what are they going to think about it? And that's what.
Okie, let me ask you this question. If OU built a new facility, would it really help with the OU basketball fan attendance that much?
It would for a little bit.
For a little bit, maybe.
Jay, I think what you're missing. Jay, I think what you're missing is this.
The players want to play somewhere nice, not in a junky thing.
But they'd rather get paid.
I think it's.
No, they would rather get paid than playing somewhere nice, guys. Come on.
I agree they want money, but Jay, sometimes when there's a bill and there's donations, the people that are donating that earmark it for a venue, not for NIL.
I mean, I get y'all's point because I think the facilities are not great. They're pretty bad in basketball, but I think NIL is worse.
People go to Duke not only for NIL, but also because Cameron Indoor, the venue.
That's not. I mean, that place needs upgraded probably.
Lori said that now A&M.
Oh.
I can see it now. Okay. Future NBA star, you're going to come to OU and play basketball for us. We'd love you to come. Now, let's come here and let's talk about what we're going to pay you. We're going to pay you some really good money, and it's going to be, let's say $5 million a year, or for a couple of years, so you get $2 million a year. But stadium, we actually play over at the YMCA. So, and the restrooms are not very nice. Are you okay with that?
Will I still get my check?
My gosh.
Hey Jay, Jay.
Are you kidding? Are you just messing with me? Or are you just being serious?
I'm serious.
Do you see what's kind of bad, Jay? First off, if you play in a dump of a gym, the chances of having good NIL aren't there anyway.
Exactly.
Well, that's true, and I think that's where Hunter's going at here.
I won't say a restaurant because I don't want to throw a restaurant under the bus, but like I'm not gonna. To me,
throw them under the bus.
I'm going to stop because I don't want to say something I shouldn't. But you get the point.
I think let's go back to the real.
Hey, Jeremy. You always say full transparency, and you guys speak the truth. So just go with the analogy, please. Tell us.
I will in a second, but Sooner Surge says a guy likes both programs and coaches equally. Equal NIL offers, one bad, one. Well, obviously they're going to get the recruit is going to go to the one that has the better facility on that one.
Yeah. So
amen.
The thing is this, it all matters. My whole argument, I think we went off kind of a tangent here, but the whole argument was, I think NIL matters more than facilities. I do.
No, because you said the facilities didn't matter. It doesn't. Would you rather have a nice facility or NBA players? So you said it doesn't really matter.
What I said was that the facilities aren't as important as they used to be.
That's not what you initially said, though.
I think that's what I initially said.
But I still think they're as important. It's just
Jeremy, what did he initially say?
Also important.
Jeremy, what did he initially say? Jeremy, what did he initially say?
I believe the first one, this is what I said, was that he said, are facilities as important as they used to be? And I said, yes, they still are. He didn't think they are, but just because there's something that's extra or something new that is uber important doesn't mean that facilities have gone down in importance. They're still huge.
No, I get that facilities matter. I'm not saying they don't matter at all. And I think I'd love for OU to have a new basketball arena, guys.
It's horrific.
I'd love for OU to have a new basketball arena. I just know that they're like basketball arena or more money for NIL basketball. I think NIL would be more important.
Jay, I don't go in a Quickie Mart and try to get a Bucky cinnamon roll. Okay, I
don't go in a Quickie Mart at all.
I go to a Bucky's to get a Bucky cinnamon roll, and that's the big dog that I want. But I'm not going to go pull up to some other place. That's nonsense. That's what you're comparing it to.
You wouldn't get it.
OU's facility. The restrooms are bad.
Sure.
The courts
which is why I go to Quick Trip.
We're going to give you $7 million to play there. No, it's not.
Hey, German Okie, would you go to Quickie Mart if gas was a penny and Bucky's was $5?
No, you know why, Jay? There's something scam. There's something wrong with the gasoline.
There's something wrong with the gasoline. There's something seriously wrong with the gasoline. That was a terrible analogy.
Oh, please.
That's terrible.
My 07 Odyssey, which has already gone to crap, is going to be on the road 5 miles down the road if I got the gas at the Quickie Mart. That's why I get my gas at trustworthy places, Jay.
Gosh, that was terrible.
Hey,
Jay, take that back right now.
I'm not taking it back.
That was terrible. They're selling it for a penny because the gas is terrible.
No, it's good gas. The same gas as.
Oh gosh, it is not. It is not.
Jay, everyone knows it's not, and the players would see the same thing. They'd say, "This is weird."
It all pays the same.
No, it does not. Just tell me this: are you going to go to Quick Trip to buy? We really got on a tangent here.
Yeah, we have.
At the end of the day, this facilities does matter, and I'm really starting to feel very bad for the OU baseball program. That baseball field, the more and more I think about it, the more it aggravates me because it looks like a ballpark you'd see down in nothing towards these single A or 1A or Class A schools. They don't have very good facilities, but that's what the ballpark looks like.
Well, they did upgrade that, didn't they?
When you look on the TV, it just doesn't look very good, especially when you see the outfield. It looks embarrassing.
It's not affecting them play, though, is it?
Well, no, I guess I don't care, but
hey, couple comments here.
I want them to play inside a great stadium is what I want them to play inside.
Yeah, I agree. I remember as a kid walking into Kauffman Stadium, Royal Stadium, and walking up the ramp and just being in awe.
And I'm not joking. I've seen interviews of Skip Johnson, and I've seen him have interviews of guys in the locker room. Man, those coaches deserve way better than that. They got like wood paneling in their offices. That's pathetic.
Thanks.
It's been great. It's been great, Okie.
I'm being serious.
I know you are.
That doesn't bother you?
It doesn't bother me at all as long as they win.
Okay, well then, Jay, tonight, you're taking down that green, whatever you have in the background. You're going to put up wood paneling instead.
Hey, look at behind me.
I'll go sit. Hey, Okie, I'll go sit in the biggest dump you've ever seen if you pay me money.
I've got wallpaper.
Exactly. You guys have a nice background because it looks nice. Why don't you do it like in your workshop?
Well, I don't have a workshop. I just got a garage. Now, if
If
somebody
you
paid
build
me
it,
NIL money and I
that's
could build
what
me a
Kevin
workshop,
said.
I'd do it.
Do it leaning up against the back of your house or something. I don't know.
Pony up, Okie, is what Lane says.
People are
Hey,
telling you to pony up for the stadium.
thanks for the call, Okie. Appreciate it.
Later.
Have a good night. Have a good night. Donate more, lawn guy, as well. Chester. Hey, I saw whose comment was it that they were who was it? Let me see if I can find it. Well, Sixfo says Fears didn't care about facilities. Gray God said facilities don't matter nearly as much as they used to. NIL is king.
Hey, no, this is Kansas City Monarchs, and this is a fan stop OU shirt of the month club for March, because it's, you know what today is, Jenna? It's St. Patty's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day.
I know we went off on a tangent here, but I mean, it's an interesting discussion, and you're going to have people on both sides of it. But I bet you tomorrow I could reach out to 10 players, college players in college sports, and ask them, what matters to you more, NIL money or facilities? And I'd probably get 90% to say NIL.
Hey, Correction's been listening, trying to get a bat out. Good
Wow.
luck. Hope you don't swing and miss.
A bat?
Oh, we've had him in Oklahoma, Jay, bad.
When?
All different years, man. We've had him in our building in different places. Now
Daniel Brooks played the game. Played the game, and he's saying NIL more important than facilities now, Germ.
Okay, that
Wow,
wasn't the
Germ.
argument, Jay. Don't get
Wow.
me mad.
Wow. Okay.
Jay, your original question was not, does NIL matter more than facilities? Everyone knows NIL is king.
Okay, let me ask Daniel this, because Daniel, you play. Are facilities as important as they used to be?
Yes, but there's something more important than that. You don't understand it, dude. You do not understand it, Jay.
Okay. We can argue all we want. College kids taking the money.
Hey, Jay.
Let's get to what? Let's get to
Jay.
Chester.
Have you switched jobs before?
Yeah, sure
I
have.
won't go there. Go ahead. Let's get to Chester.
What do you mean? I didn't switch jobs because of facilities. What are you talking about?
Amenities matter, Jay.
So does pay, buddy.
Agreed. They both do, Jay. One's more important. Pay
Okay.
is more important.
Okay.
But amenities still matter.
Hey, let's get to Chester. What's up, Chester?
Facilities, yeah, that would be nice for us as fans, but the players don't care. You know, they only care about money.
They care more about money than the facilities used to be the thing. That was the king. Okay, you got to have good
I
facilities.
mean, you wouldn't tell me you wouldn't go from a crappy minimum wage job at a nice place to a crappy place that pays you 15 times more.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of people that'd rather do that. That's what I'm saying. I'm with you, Chester.
I mean,
And Daniel
just up
said,
the NIL money,
Hey,
please.
but Jay,
Yeah,
Jay,
I
when
agree.
4
Daniel
years
played,
behind.
I think what Lane is saying, when Daniel played, there wasn't NIL. Players that used to play didn't get that stuff.
Well, they didn't get it legally.
Didn't get it legally, yeah.
I want to ask a serious question. Isn't Phillips 66 based in Oklahoma?
Correct.
Bartlesville, right?
Yes, Bartlesville.
Yeah. How come OU don't go after them for NIL funding?
I have no idea.
I mean, isn't oil what made Oklahoma?
Yeah,
that is.
It just doesn't make any sense to me.
that's true, Chester.
Hey, appreciate what you all do every night.
Hey,
It's
thanks,
really
Chester.
enjoyable. It's a great part of every day. Boomer Sooner for life.
Appreciate it, man.
Hey, Jay,
Yes, thank you, man.
it's a little bit silly what we're doing here, because first off, you go into OU's locker room, there's hot tubs. I'm sure there's flat screen TVs all over the place.
Oh, it's great facilities, football.
We're not talking about, like, you're almost making it sound like OU's facilities are just absolute dump.
Jeremy, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. I'm not talking about football. Football have great facilities, dude.
Do you know what the players area in basketball is like?
Jeremy, I made a simple.
Do you know what the players area is like in basketball?
Jeremy, I made
Do you know what the fan view is like?
Jeremy, I made a simple statement. The simple statement was this. I'll say it again. Facilities aren't as important as they used to be. That's all I said, dude. That's all I said. I think they're still important. They're not as important as they used to be. That's all I'm saying.
I know, and that's where we disagree. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine to disagree. I like disagreeing with you.
I do too.
That's right.
It's been fun tonight. I hope Corrections gets the bat out. Best of luck. Prayers out to Damon as he has surgery in the morning on his ankle. Lori's asked a few times, so I'm going to address it. Our dad, still at skilled nursing. We moved to a long-term care facility after March 20th, or if he's on a waiting list somewhere. Those places are so expensive. It's unbelievable how expensive places like that are. But had a good visit with him about an hour and a half ago. Was able to get out of his wheelchair on his own. It took some time, but he mustered the strength to get up into his walker from his wheelchair. So that was good. But yeah, each day is a new day. God's mercies are new every day too. So yeah, we appreciate you guys that ask about it. Ready for the madness, Grey God says. Yeah, and on that note, sign up. Click the link that's in our description to be part of the Sooner Surge Tournament Challenge. You'll be able to shop and buy you something at the fan stop if you win that tournament challenge. Also, the NCAA 2025 25 game bracket has been released. You've been emailed it. Maybe a game has already taken place. I know Grey God is probably going to be having a game tomorrow night, so I'll be curious to see who wins that. I won't be watching it, but I'll be curious to see who wins it.
That's right. High point taken it all. Samurai says you got college basketball tomorrow night in a play-in game. Tomorrow night, the play-in games are starting, so should be interesting. It's been fun. Good conversation tonight. I like it. I like the banter back and forth. It's been good. Appreciate everybody joining us. Have a great night, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow.